So we're gonna come into a comfortable seat. Sit on a blanket, a block, both if you need to. Have your strap nearby. Or, like I said prior, we're getting into the neck. So your cervical spine, thoracic spine, upper spine contains the rib cage, the chest, the heart space, throat space, shoulder girdle. So comfortable seat. Legs can be crossed, legs can go long, legs can even be wide. And before you get too still, you're going to start to shift your body weight over to one side sit bone and then back towards your tailbone, to the opposite sit bone, forward towards the pubic bone. So you're creating these small circles from the base of your spine. Just to feel the ground beneath you. Those 4 points make contact into the earth. And allow your eyes to softly close. Keep them open. To deepen the breath, take a few nice lengthy inhales in through the nose, maybe a few exhales out the mouth. And the next time your body weight shifts forward, you're going to switch into the opposite direction. And then find your way into the center between those 4 points. So whether you physically or feel that physical contact of the points or not, maybe you can imagine that you're seeing those 4 points energetically connect you into the earth beneath you. And so that with each cycle of breath, there's this action of lifting off your pelvic bowl. As you inhale, it's the front of the heart space that ascends up. And then as you exhale, even though there's this attraction of rooting down, there's also an ascension up through the back of the heart, the nape of the neck, the crown of your head. And so it creates this equal lift of your rib cage off your pelvic bowl, which creates traction, space in the spine, the vertebra, also creates length in our torso. To keep this nice upright position, you might notice the deep inner core muscles have to fire on a bit here, just to maintain nice, long, neutral spine. And the next exhale, go ahead and let your chin drop to your chest. And then you're going to create ovals with the crown of your head in one direction. Next time chin drops to the sternum, chest, pause for a moment. And then you'll move. And again, as your chin comes to the sternum, pause. Let's use either hand, bring the palm to your forehead and gently bring your head neck up through neutral. Good. Finding your tall spine from those 4 points. As you inhale, I want you to sense that lifting of your thoracic spine from the front of your heart space. Excuse me. And then as you exhale, there's this ascension to the back of the heart space. Go ahead, bring your arms up to the sides. We're going to come into tented fingertips. So walking your arms as long or as wide as you need to so that your arm bones are fairly long. Thumbs forward, baby fingers out. Play, Robin. You're going to take a nice lengthy inhale here on your exhale. Go ahead and look over your right shoulder. You take one Saturday off and I'm all combobulated. Okay, next inhale, come through center and then over your opposite shoulder. Feel your two ears on the same plane. Notice that we tend to tilt towards that side with the head. Then inhale, come back through center. And then looking up, think of reaching the underline of your chin, your jaw forward in space. So you're activating the muscles along the throat, the neck, to extend the neck up rather than just letting the weight of your head drop back. And then inhale, come up through neutral or center, and then exhale again, chin to chest. Inhale, come up through center. We're going to come into lateral flexion. On your next exhale, let your right ear drop to the right shoulder. Okay. Okay, Carrie. Keep the lift of your chest so that each inhale, I want you to feel, it's very subtle, but this energy coming up through the front of the heart space. You could just think the anterior line of your body, the frontal plane of your body. And then as you exhale, it's the posterior, that back of the heart rising up through the nape of the neck, the crown of the head, even in this lateral flexion. So there's this constant line of energy moving in all directions. With your right ear to the right shoulder, start to walk your left fingertips out to the left. Let them hover away from the floor. Maybe you can let right ear come a little bit closer using weight and gravity here. Relax the jaw, the muscles of the face. Notice where we tend to tense or grip when things get a little uncomfortable. Start to float your left arm no higher than parallel to the floor. So no higher than shoulder height. That's the way. Keep your shoulder head out of your ear space, but think of reaching from the space underneath your shoulder blade. So that space between your armpit and the wing of the shoulder out in space. And then keep the sense of reaching out to the left, and I want you to start to rotate your palm up towards the sky. So externally rotating at the shoulder. And then you'll come back into internal rotation, the thumb down and then back behind you. Good. Do that maybe 2 more times. Nice and slow movement. Keep reaching out from the underbelly of your arm, from your side body to the shoulder blade, armpit space, to the underside of your arm. Right ear to right shoulder. Okay, next time palm comes to the floor, stay here facing the floor. Extend the wrist, palm now facing out as if you're giving someone a high five. I want you to imagine you're pressing your palm flat into a wall. Spreading your fingers wide. Widen back. Relax your head to shoulder. Relax the face, jaw. Keep that lift of your spine, front to back, side to side. Then you're going to wrap your 4 fingers into the palm of your hand, thumbs around those 4 fingers, and pull your knuckles towards the floor. Releasing your fist grip, let your palms face the floor. And then you're going to internally rotate again, so your thumb facing down, bend your elbow. Think of bringing your back of your hand to the small of your back, if you can, mid or upper back. And then rotate your chin now towards your right shoulder, as if you're looking down the length of your right arm. Let your head again, neck get heavy here. Good. On an inhale, slide your chin across the sternum or chest towards the center of your sternum. Go ahead, let your head and neck come up through center. Pause for a moment, and then slowly untuck left arm behind you, fingertips to the floor. Nice. Get a little taller with your next inhale. On your exhale, we're going to do the same thing on the opposite side. So now left ear to left shoulder. Again, relaxing your jaw, your face, even your tongue. And start to walk your right fingertips out. Let them hover away from the floor. Feel that reach from the underside, that waistline, underneath shoulder blade to the armpit, underbelly of your left arm, your right arm. And then float your arm up, maybe no higher though than parallel to the floor, shoulder height, shoulder head relaxed, that active reach from underneath. Left ear to left shoulder. And then start to find your external rotation so that the palm face forward and then up towards the sky. And then coming through neutral position of your arm into internal rotation as your thumb points down and back. Doing that a couple more times. Making it slow, feeling the sensations that arise. Most likely your fascia talking to you, your connective tissue. Okay, now the next time your palm faces the floor, pause. Thumb to the palm, wrap your forefingers around the thumb. Draw your knuckles towards the floor. Release your fist grip, palm facing down, internally rotate so your thumb's pointing down. Bend the elbow, bring the back of your hand to the small of your back, mid back, maybe somewhere upper back. And then rotate or tilt your chin now towards your left shoulder, collarbone. And then slide your chin across the collarbone towards the center of your sternum. On an inhale, let your head and neck come up through center. Release your right arm out from beneath you, fingertips to the floor. Nice. We're going to stay here a little longer. We're going to do some seated cat-cow motion, but we're going to reverse the breath. So typically, let's go in it with our normal breath, and then we'll switch it up. So arms out to the sides. On an inhale, you're going to bend your elbows. Think of bringing your heart more forward and up. Bring the arms back. And then exhale, you're going to sweep your arms forward, chin to chest, rounding the spine. You can always switch up how you're crossing your legs or the seat in general. Inhale, opening through the chest, chin up slightly maybe. And then exhale, rounding in. As you round in, can you reach a little bit more further forward? Inhale, open through the front body. And then exhale, rounding in, reach forward. Can you reach more forward to the baby finger side of your hand? Let's do that one more time, and then we're going to reverse our breath with the movement. So the next time we exhale, we're going to round in, and now I'm going to ask you to stay here on the inhale. See if you can get a little bit bigger behind the heart on the inhale. And now as you exhale, open through that front body. Inhale, round in. Can you breathe a little bit more fully behind the heart, behind the ribs? And then exhale, opening through the front body. 2 more times like this. Reach forward to the underside of your hand, that baby's finger side. Good. One more time. I know shoulders are probably tired. Mine are. Okay, next inhale, come to neutral spine, fingertips to the floor. Let's make our way to tabletop position. Okay, cat-cow. So move with your cat-cow in the normal breath motion. So on an inhale, you're extending through the spine. Exhale, rounding through the spine. Inhale, draw the heart forward and up, reach your tailbone back and up. And then exhale, press into the floor, around the spine, chin comes in, tailbone tucks. Just a few more like this. And again, we're going to reverse the breath. I just want you to notice the difference. One might feel more natural than the other, and that's normal. And the next time you round into your cat on the exhale, I want you to stay here for your inhale. And then on your exhale, extend through the spine. Inhale, press the floor away, flex the spine, get really big into your back body, expand to the back of the heart, ribs. Exhale, draw the heart forward, tailbone back, nice traction of your spine, length, space, opening to that front body. Should feel more of an active stretch as you do. Okay. Next, inhale, come into a neutral tabletop. We're going to come into what is called thread the needle. Inhale, reach your right arm up, look up. And then exhale, thread your right arm through. Right shoulder, right side head to the floor. Left hand or fingertips to the floor underneath your left shoulder head to find stability, balance. Notice how your hips want to lean to the left. Can you feel them more in the midline, that center? Those can tuck underneath your feet if that gives you more stability too. I like to use my left fingertips into the floor as if I'm pushing the floor away to create more flexion to that right side. Getting bigger behind me on my right side shoulder, lung space, collarbone even. And can you breathe a little bit more fully there? Okay, left hand plants to the floor. Inhale, press the floor away, reach your right arm up, look up. And then exhale, right hand down. Same thing, opposite side. Inhale, reach your left arm up, look up. Exhale, you'll thread through. Left side, shoulder to the floor, head to the floor. Right hand palm underneath the shoulder head. Maybe come up onto your finger pads. Check in with your hips, your butt in space. Where is it? Maybe you're pressing the floor away slightly with your right fingertips. Broadening through the back of your left side, chest, ribs, thoracic spine even. Getting into the neck a little bit here. Right hand press down. Reach your left arm up. Look up. And then exhale, left hand down. Cat cow. Inhale. Come through your cow. Exhale. Cat. Take a few of these. And then start to add any other motion that feels intuitive here. Could be the hand palm position. Be some extra rocks of the head, the neck. Some swaying of your hips and shoulders side to side. Okay, next inhale, come through cow. On your exhale, you're gonna round back, hips to your heels, child's pose. Inhale, come forward through cow. Exhale, round back, child's pose. Inhale brings you forward. Exhale brings you back. Couple more. Okay, next inhale, you'll come up through tabletop. On the exhale, tuck toes, downward facing dog. And then once you're here, move it out, breathe it out, shake it out, bounce if you would like. And then find stillness in your downward facing dog for about 3, maybe 5 breaths. And as you inhale, I want you to sense if you can breathe a little bit more fully behind the heart, behind the ribs. As you exhale, feel the heels and your heart ascend in opposite directions or move in opposite directions. So the heels pressing towards the floor, heart reaching towards the nape of the neck. One more breath here. Walk the hands back towards our feet. Come into a forward fold. Feet can be wide as you need them to be today. Interlace the 4 fingers. Wrap your palms and your thumbs around the nape of the neck, letting your hands rest at the skull, the occipital bone. And because you're allowing your spine to be somewhat in flexion here, again, can you breathe a little bit more fully behind you, behind your collarbones, behind the shoulder blades or underneath the shoulder blades, the back ribs, maybe sense the back of your lungs expanding more fully. You might feel your intercostal muscles. Bend the knees as much as you need to, even if that means your thighs, chest come to your thighs and chest meet. Slowly let your hands come to the floor. Bring your hands to the back or to the lower back. You can interlace your 10 fingers and bring your palms together. Bring your shoulder heads up to the ears and then think shoulder blades behind you and then up towards the sky. Then reach your knuckles back, up, and maybe over towards the front edge of your mat. Notice body weight wants to come forward with you. Let it. Instead of just pushing your knees back, I want you to press the floor away through the soles of your feet, all 10 toes, to get your leg bones longer. We're not jamming into the knees or the joint of the knees, but instead it becomes more of an active stretch here. Take another breath. Slowly bring your hands to the small of your back. Hands down towards the floor. Come into your ragdoll. Grab opposite elbows, forearms. Feel free to sway from side to side. Again, shake out head and neck if that feels desirable here. On an exhale, let your hands come to the floor. Inhale, come up, Ardha Uttanasana, halfway fold. On the exhale, walk the hands forward into a facing dog. And again, as you exhale here for 2 more breaths, can you feel your heels rooting down, even if they don't physically touch, and the back of your heart ascending in the opposite direction towards the nape of the neck, the crown of the head. Inhale, come up high in the balls of the feet. Exhale, knees to the floor. Come into child's pose. Palms can face up. You can do that fist pumping action or roll out through the wrists. Okay, walk your hands, your arms forward. Come up onto your finger pads. Root down through your fingers. Think of biceps up, triceps rotating down. Get really broad to the chest, the midline. As you breathe, can you feel your ribs expand more laterally? On an exhale, let your hands, palms come to the floor. And then inhale, walk your hands, upper body over to your left. Right hand glued to the floor, left hand as well, or you can always bend the left elbow, forearm creates a pillow for your forehead to rest on. Feel the isometric action of pressing your right hand into the floor. Again, rotating bicep up, tricep down. Let your right hip get heavy to the right heel. Can you breathe more fully on your right side chest, right side ribs, right side armpit, even your right side waist? On an inhale, come through center and then walk it over to your left. The left hand palm rooting down, right hand as well, or forearm. Right forearm creates a pillow for your forehead. Feel the isometric action of rooting your left hand to the floor. Same time, left hip heavy to your left heel. Getting long on your left side, more expansive with each cycle of breath. And your next inhale, come back through center. We'll come into our prayer stretch here. The palms together, bend your elbows to the floor. Fingertips pointing up to the sky to start. And as you do, again, feel your points of your elbows rooting down. Press your palms actively together. Get really broad between your ear, neck, and shoulders. So space between the sides of your neck to the collarbones. And then maybe thumbs come to the nape of the neck. Maybe separate your hands, reach for the backs of your shoulder blades. On an exhale, let your arms slowly come to the floor. We're going to come into what is called the variation of extended child's pose. You're going to keep your forehead on the floor, but lift your hips up towards the sky. So your butt's in the air. Arms are extending forward, palms firmly to the floor, elbows off the floor if you can. Arms can be as wide as you need them to be. This is a big shoulder stretch. Just be mindful. So the isometric action of your hands, palms into the floor, so we're not hanging out in the joints again of the shoulders. Really big to that whole circumference of your rib cage, thoracic spine, heart, chest, lung space. Stay here, or if you can, let your chin come forward onto the floor. Let your heart melt to the earth, coming into what is called puppy dog. Still actively breathing. Go from side to side. We're going to come back to a seated position, not for very long. So if you would like to sit upon your blanket or your block, you're more than welcome to. Or you can sit in what is called toe breaking. So you'd stay kneeling. You will tuck your toes underneath the balls of your feet and sit back on your heels. If you're taking toe breaking, you can use your hands, your fingers to separate your fifth, fourth, maybe third toe from each other to create a little bit more space there. You got it, Robin. Leslie. Okay, we're going to bring into eagle arms. So you're going to bring your arms out in front of you. And then you're going to do this with fingers. You're going to bring your right arm underneath your left arm. This is where your strap might come in. So if you're going to use a strap, let your strap come into your left hand. Right arm underneath left. You will either grab your strap or palms together. Look at the hook of your elbow. Yes, Danielle. And then grab your strap. Yes, yes. And you're going to use your strap as if you're going to pull your arms closer together, okay? Wherever you're at, you got it, Robin. On an inhale, we're coming back to that cat-cow motion. So on your inhale, you're lifting your chest up. Exhale, you are rounding in. You got it, Presley. Perfect. Inhale, lifting the chest. Exhale, rounding in. Now, the next time you round in, stay on the inhale. Exhale, lift the chest up. Inhale, round in. Exhale, coming up. Inhale, come to neutral spine. You're going to switch arms, so untwist the arms. Yep. And now left arm hooks underneath right, using your strap in your right hand. Good, Presley, palms together. Try to keep the wrists as straight as possible. I didn't say this prior, but think elbows in line with the shoulders. Slide your shoulder blades to your mid-back, wrists on top of your elbows. When you're ready, inhale, we lift sternum up. Exhale, rounding into the navel. Inhale, lifting the heart. Exhale, rounding in. Stay here on your inhale. Breathe into your back body. Exhale, come up. Good. Inhale, round in. Exhale, coming up. Inhale, untwist your arms. Imagine you're going to screw in light bulbs in front of you and then shake it out. And then bring your arms up. Hallelujah. Just kidding. I was like, yeah. Okay. Come off your toes if you're still doing toe breaking, and you can pat out your feet. Okay, we're going to come onto our back side. Have all your props nearby. You don't need your strap, but the other props. We're going to come into open closed book. So you've all done this with me before. If you need a pillow, right, we get the blanket off the shelf this way. So unfold it, but then fold it long ways so you have that nice pillow. And if you need a second blanket, let me know and I'll grab it for you. We'll start on the left. So you're going to come into fetal position on your left side. Left arm is out in front of you so that your wrist, elbow, and shoulder head are in alignment. Right hand's going to be on top. This is your closed book position, starting position. On an inhale, you're going to drag your right fingertips up the length of your left arm to your chest. Once they touch, you'll extend your right arm up to the sky, keeping the arms straight. On your exhale, twisting, opening to your right. Head and neck follows the rotation. Inhale, sweep your right arm up. And now as you exhale, reach your right fingertips beyond your left. Maybe your forehead even comes to the floor. Give that reach, the baby side finger. And then inhale, slide fingertips up the length of the left arm. Extend right arm fully up to the sky. Exhale, rotating to the right. Head and neck follows. When you're ready, on an inhale, you'll float your right arm up. Exhale, right hand lands and you're reaching. When you're ready, inhale, slide right fingertips up the length of the arm, fully opening to the sky. And then exhale, rotating to your right, head and neck follows. On an inhale, float the right arm up. Imagine the breath, the air itself is carrying you into the shape, the movement, not so much musculature or your skeletal body. Inhale, dragging right fingertips arm. And as you fully extend, can you reach a little bit further up towards the sky? And then exhale, opening to your right. Inhale carries you up into your closed book with that reach. Nice, you guys. More on this side, or a few more on this side on your own. To move within your own breath. And if that means you pause between your inhales and exhales, that is totally okay with me, especially as things become more apparent, maybe the sensations. You're starting to feel more of your connective tissue, the fascia. Maybe you just find a little bit more ease with the movement and you just want to rest in a position, that's fine too. If you're adding that extra reach up to the sky, again, think of reaching from underneath your right side, underneath the shoulder blade, up to the armpit, the underbelly of your arm, out through the baby finger. Not the head, the neck. Next time you open into your rotation, the twist, we're going to pause there for a few breaths. Another breath or so here, stillness. On your next inhale, no rush. Float your right arm up through center. Exhale, you softly land into your closed book, into that reach. And then very mindfully, you will move over to your opposite side. You can roll your back and then over to your right side. Adjust your props if you need to, so they're not in your space. You're welcome. Or so that you can utilize them, right? Your blanket as your pillow. So now right arm in front of you, wrist, elbow in line with the shoulder, left hand on top, moving with breath. On an inhale, drag your left fingertips up the length of your right arm. Fully open up to the sky. Maybe you add that extra reach. And then when you're ready, on an exhale, fully opening to the left into your rotation. Head and neck follows the rotation. When you're ready, inhale, you'll float up through center. Exhale into the closed book with that added reach again. Inhale, tracing left fingertips up the length of the right arm to the chest, fully opening, reaching through the underside of your left arm, armpit, shoulder blade, and then exhale, opening, twisting to the left. Notice how one side might feel a lot different or somewhat similar. Moving in your own pace with breath. Again, feel free to linger in the spaces of the in-between, between the inhales and exhales. And just 1 or 2 more rounds. Next time you open in the rotation, pause for a few breaths. On an inhale, float your left arm up. And exhale, pausing in the fetal position, closed book position. Okay. Using your hands, you're going to mindfully press yourself up, and we're going to set ourselves up for a supported back bend. Excuse me, fish pose. So 1 or 2 blocks, or 1 block in a blanket. First block, you want width-wise, lowest setting behind your heart, your chest. Second block will be for the head, or it might be your pillow. You're going to come down with your knees bent, feet flat to the floor, come down to your elbows, your forearms. You're going to use your fingers to kind of feel where your block should be. A nice guide is that the bottom edge of your block typically sits at the tips or the bottom tips of your shoulder blades. Once you have that, then your head can come straight to the floor. This could be a nice throat, cervical spine opener for you. However, it could also feel crunchy behind the head and neck. So that's where your second block or your blanket will come in handy for your head. So arms will come out to the sides, maybe a little bit further out. Danielle, come up a little bit for me. A little higher. If it's feeling crunchy in your lower back, it's a good indication your block's a little too low. Presley, how does that feel? Okay. Now your legs can go long. Your knees can stay bent. Maybe your knees knock in. You can even find bound angle pose legs, soles of your feet together, knees out wide. And if you need more blocks to give yourself support in that shape, I will give you more blocks. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Does that feel better, Keith? Okay. Mm-hmm. Be here for another minute or so. Each time you exhale, I want you to imagine that you're just allowing yourself to surrender fully into the shape. Feel your body over the support of your props. So that there is no holding, there's no gripping, just this act of receiving by settling, allowing yourself to settle into the shape or surrendering into the shape, if you will. Another 5 breaths in the shape. Or to feel your physical form or becoming more aware of it. I'm going to have you slowly, mindfully transition off of the blocks. So you can bend your knees, let your feet come flat to the floor. Bring your arms by your sides, palms down, and you're going to use your hands, your elbows, forearms to press yourself up. And I want you to forward fold over your legs, your knees, letting your forehead come in between the knees. Just take a few breaths into the back of the heart, back of the lungs, ribs, again, thoracic and cervical spine here. On an inhale, bring your head neck up through neutral, and then you're going to find yourself in your final resting position. So whatever that might look like for you. You're more than welcome to come back into a heart opener. We are going to do a breath, some breathing. So I would suggest having your spine more neutral, not in an extension. But if you would like to lie down with supported Baddha Konasana, which is always a favorite of mine, bound angle. What Carrie is doing is a great one too. It's a gentler inverted position where your feet are still above your heart without coming to a wall or putting yourself in a headstand. You can always slide your blocks, the blanket underneath your knees, your lower thighs, taking pressure off the lower back. You want your blanket at the fronts of your pelvis, hips to create more grounding. That's great too. Whatever is going to support you to find stillness in our final few moments together. And we're going to breathe a little bit here. We're going to come into Viloma breath on the inhale, which in a way is a building breath. But we're building more capacity through the thoracic spine, more mobility by just how we breathe, working the diaphragm. Let your arms either rest by your sides or a little bit away from the body, palms facing up. Maybe decide bring hand palm connection or contact. One hand to heart, one hand to belly, both hands to belly or pelvis, whatever resonates for you. Be in the shape that you're in, adjust where you need to so that you're even more comfortable, not feeling the urge to move, fidget, or adjust. We'll be breaking up the inhalation in 3 parts. In between those parts, we'll pause, and the exhale will be 1 slow, long exhalation. Okay. We'll do a few rounds, about 6 rounds if we can. Begin by exhaling everything out the mouth. Fill your lips on an inhale, breathe in through your nose, count to 3, 2, 1, pause. Inhale, 3, 2, 1, pause. Inhale, 3, 2, 1, pause. Exhale slowly through the nose. Inhale, 3, 2, 1, pause. Inhale, 3, 2, 1, pause. Inhale, 3, 2, 1, pause. Exhale slowly. Inhale, 3, 2, 1, pause. Inhale, 3, 2, 1, pause. Inhale, 3, 2, 1, pause. Exhale slowly. Inhale, 3, 2, 1, pause. Inhale, 3, 2, 1, pause. Inhale, 3, 2, 1, pause. Exhale slowly. Inhale, 3, 2, 1, pause. Inhale, 3, 2, 1, pause. Inhale, 3, 2, 1, pause. Exhale slowly. Inhale, 3, 2, 1, pause. Inhale, 3, 2, 1, pause. Inhale, 3, 2, 1, pause. Exhale slowly. Last one. Inhale, 3, 2, 1, pause. Inhale, 3, 2, 1, pause. Inhale, 3, 2, 1, pause. Exhale slowly. Allow your breath to find some ease, letting go of any and all effort. without moving in your mind's eyes. See the shape that you're in. Feel the air upon your skin, the space around you. No, you can always stay here longer and rest in stillness, but if you are ready to come out, again, we always come out very mindfully with purpose. So start by just moving the fingers and the toes, and the wrists and the ankles, then maybe the head, the neck, the musculature of your face, jaw, tongue. You again feel ready. On an inhale, you can reach your arms overhead, lengthen out the legs. Take a nice lengthy inhale. And then as you exhale, let it be audible out the mouth. Bringing your knees in towards your chest. Maybe rounding the spine, forehead to the knees. And rolling off to your right side, fetal position. And from a fetal position, pressing up into a seat, and we'll meet here to close. So again, a comfortable seat. So whatever props that support that for you, your body, your spine. And maybe just shift your body weight a little bit from side to side, forward to back. Maybe do those circles, but just feel those 4 points beneath you. And eventually landing in the space between those 4 points. So almost like an equal body weight distribution between those 4 points, even if you can't physically feel them touching. But from those 4 points, feel that sense of rooting down, but also ascending up at the same time. And maybe notice the capacity of your lung space, the heart space, the thoracic spine, rib cage, the throat and neck space. Any subtle shifts, changes, whether it's physical, maybe emotional, mental, or vibrational here. Maybe notice where it's a little bit more accessible to breathe, where it might have felt a little sticky prior. Or maybe you're not feeling as tight or bound or locked up. Close with our one Om. Hands at the heart space or Anjali Mudra prayer. Begin by exhaling everything out. Nice inhale in. Om. And the exhale bow in. Always offering ourselves, each other space, the space, gratitude for our practice, whatever form that might be in that moment of that day. Thank you for sharing your energy, your company. Have a wonderful rest of your Wednesday. Namaste. I will have class on Saturday.